Former pig farmer, Joe O'Connor proudly surveys the rolling 115-acre field that he purchased 11 years ago in retirement. He uses his walking stick to point out the crumbling ruins of a church in the distance, stones that stamp an ancient mark on the fresh folds of grassland, which are themselves concealing a bigger treasure. What we have here is a 12th-century lost medieval town, one of the most important in all of Ireland. Little did Joe know when buying this land and the stately Belmore house overlooking it, that he would have a new role, as the appointed caretaker of an ancient civilization, the custodian of an old Irish settlement that dates back to 1200 AD. An East Ireland town established over 800 years ago before vanishing from all records in the 1600s. Joe explains that when he drove by all those years ago, all he found was a for sale sign on the gate that overlooked an overgrown mass of land. As soon as I got to the front of the house, I knew I had to have it. I can't explain why, I just really wanted it. The deserted medieval borough of Newton-Jerpoint, in County Kilkenny, is located to the west of the Cistercian Abbey of Jerpoint and was once an important town founded by Norman colonists. Plans show that at its most prosperous in 1450 AD, there were approximately 27 houses in the town and 14 taverns, a pub at every second house, alongside a tannery, brewery, a woolen mill, a courthouse and a church, which contains the tomb of Saint Nicholas, the very saint who gave his life and money to the poor, inspiring today's Santa Claus figure. Because Saint Nicholas is buried here, pagans came and prayed in the church, before staying overnight in the houses. Pilgrimages to the site continue to this day. As we wandered the grounds, home to Joe's flock of sheep, we followed the curves in the ground where the streets were once paved, and stood amongst the raised mounds of earth that camouflaged the foundations of the houses. We walked down to the river Nore that runs at the bottom of the farmland and looked back. From here it was easier to piece together the layout of Jerpoint, a preservation of Ireland's early urbanization. It wasn't until Joe moved in that he noticed small parts of an old stone wall shrouded by overgrown oak trees, and knew it was something much bigger than he could have ever imagined. With the help of the Heritage Council, this small area was carefully excavated, with Joe its new chief curator.